Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings. I'm super grateful to be here, and today is December 8th, 2020, and I am going to just make a very short little shout out of love to John Lennon, who lost his life 40 years ago today. I remember it like yesterday. We actually share the same birthday. To be John Lennon. No, he was amazing, right? And his music still lives on. And even those that have been watching that are very, very young, I know you've heard of Imagine. You have to have known he was part of the Beatles. I mean, his whole deal was, you know, as a Libra, fairness, peace, love, and he struggled to get that, right? It reminds me of what's happening right now again, really, and how there's a lot of turmoil because we want to fight for peace and for justice and fairness. And so, yeah, I just wanted to mention that because, you know, he will always be a big part of my influence, life, and music. And, yeah, just the whole idea of just keeping that peace alive. So, once again, welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection. This just fell out. I'm actually going to, for some reason, feel the need to do that. The featured sun sign for today is that of Virgo, which I really like because we have a Virgo moon today. I mean, it will go void and it will then go into Libra in the early afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. I'm sorry, early evening. So, but yeah, Libra. And now with Virgo, well, that's about practicality. That's about, you know, detail-oriented things, finishing up, being, you know, kind of more grounded than certainly the Leo moon energies that we've had in the last couple of days, where it's more social and extravagant and, you know, just motivation, fiery, you know, that sort of thing. Very different. They love each other in a lot of ways. They accent and complement each other, but it is a definite different energy. And it is one where you can, you know, feel maybe more introspective. You're actually more comfortable with being, you know, a little more serious-minded at this point. You have last-minute shopping things to do, and you want to get all your little things in order, you know, your little business things in order. But it feels good. Otherwise, actually, you have beautiful trines with the outer heavy-duty planets of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter right now, still in Capricorn, but not for much longer. Well, Capricorn being a fellow sign for you, Virgo, is a beautiful, once again, trine that just, it feels harmonious and it feels relaxed, feels comfortable. It feels supportive. And it feels accommodating, and you know, you're a giving, caring sign, so you're feeling, I feel like a lot of us, including you, Virgo, of course, have had the towery moments, and this year has just made things change so unexpectedly, and for you, you're one of the more adaptable earth signs that can change. Change is not great for earth signs. They're more, you know, stuck and maybe more pragmatic about, you know, structure and schedules and that sort of thing. But out of the three, I think that you have the adaptability a little more at your fingertips. And yet you still, I think you were shook, you know, this year with the way things came about. And I think you've actually now in December have acclimated and they've marinated and you've recognized how, wow, you know what? I'm kind of liking that change. I think a lot of us are getting to that point. Now, I am not working again as of Sunday because of a, you know, required county shutdown mandate, and at the first time it was definitely shocking. Like, I couldn't even really believe what I was hearing, and this time I'm like, okay, well, luckily I can do my readings, right? And I would love to do so many more, but honestly it takes all day for it to upload. I mean, I'm not sure what that's about, but this year coming up, mark my words, those that have been loyal to me and understanding and still accept the outer unexplained things that happen with technology and, you know, out of control issues that have been happening to a lot of other readers and stuff, I've come to recognize it's all good. You know, I'm here for you. I'll be here whenever I can. I try to be here every day, and when I'm not, just know it's out of my hands. And you get that, Virgo, and you're calm and you're cool. In fact, I could turn to you, and I do, because I have a lot of Virgo friends and people I know that I ask their opinion about or information about all the time. And I could probably go to you about some technology things and you'd be like, well, MaryAnne, have you checked this out? And so forth. So yeah, just a little light bulb went off about that. But anyway, your highlighted connection, well, I'll be reading these 3 specific categories under, just for the emphasis, the spark of information, the upliftment, the connection in general, connections of love of all kinds. This is what my readings are about, You don't have to have a relationship to read these and get something from them. It could be your sister, brother, uncle, work partner, animal, whatever that you love, that you want to hear about, and they happen to be one of these signs. I am using the Art Nouveau Tarot deck this month as I change them up. But this highlighted one might be one that may very well be in focus for you right now. I hope it is. If not, then I follow with an individual message for every other single sign in the zodiac in connection to you in some way, Virgo. So you get that little hint of inspiration, hopefully, from the message. And so your highlighted connection today, and I looked up the others, which I'm so sorry that I've had a little bit of confliction with that too, but it's all good. You did not have Taurus last. I love this for you. It's exactly what it's so right for right now. You're both earth signs. You're really synchronistic, like I said. You got that happening anyway with the Capricorn, beautiful energies working with you, just making it easier. All things can work with you. Some are a little more challenging and a little more, they bring, squares as they call them. So there's going to be more to do or more to, work through, but not with this beautiful energy of Capricorn, and now with this wonderful highlighted connection of Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign, so that's their determination. They call it stubbornness, and it is in a sense, but it's because they have this will and this determination and desire and steadfastness to do and accomplish and to grow and to, to be comfortable. To everything about Earth and the practical parts of their life are very much in focus. They're certainly their money, their family, their gardens, their work, like I said, their bodies. Bodies are important for both of you, in order to really live a completely fulfilled life. You have to feel good, because then you're really able to appreciate it the most. Well, that's an important part on most of the earth signs dockets. I think they really do keep that into mind. And of course, we all get off the beaten path sometimes, certainly around the holidays. This is just that wonderful, beautiful, harmonious energy between the two of you. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet, the Venetian planet, that's all about the feminine, loving, beautiful things in life, certainly about love, the depths of our love, the vulnerability that we can give in our love. Aesthetically, things are beautiful from all the senses, the touch, feel, and smell of life and earth and nature and the simple things, it comes to mind. Including this relationship, which goes deep, Earth signs are very laid back in a lot of ways, and they don't have to be the center of attention, though they can have careers like actors that they're extremely amazing at what they do, but that's their job, and that's why they do it so well, and that's why these particular elements of Earth will tirelessly work at a role or anything that they put their mind to be the best. They don't really want to haphazardly do anything, if that's an actual word. But I love this for you. This is gorgeous. It works right now so well for what's happening. And then there is that beautiful new moon eclipse happening in under a week, next Monday on the 14th. So it's going to be very, very important, and it'll change a lot of ways that we see and perceive things with the beautiful Sagittarius fiery element involved, which is what the season we're in now as well. So I think people are really pumped up now. They're getting that mojo back, and it feels right. It feels optimistic. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, so there's optimism, and that's the kind of energy that's happening now. It's maybe slow in coming, but we're feeling little hints of it, and it's making us thrive, and it's making us feel that optimism that we need to move forward, regardless of the outer aspects of life. If we can keep those at bay, recognize them, but not let them overwhelm us, stress is the most important thing. And I think the two of you could take walks in nature, and that would just completely eliminate stresses or, concerns that have been maybe weighing a little heavily on you, because you take things to heart, but you're all about longevity and amassing wealth when it comes to Taurus, certainly. And your intelligence and everything, Virgo, is really unparalleled. You're very much about the mind and expansion and learning and growing and sharing. So this is gorgeous. Let me read to you your 3 specific category messages for this highlighted connection. The first one came out, as I said. This is the overall energy, the catalyst that led you to this reading. It's pretty phenomenal. This comes out every reading now, apparently. So it is the page of, if it's not the page, it's the Knight. The Page of Swords. So we had the beautiful full moon in Gemini. Well, this is also a sword, an air element. This is what the swords are, and they are of the mind. They are of words and expression and communication and, sharing and educating. And, Gemini is all about that. They're all about the talk and the walk and the communal aspect, the mercurial mind like yours, Virgo, and just wanting to connect, wanting to share, wanting to grow, and to be truthful and honest and fair. And although Gemini has a very almost fickle energy about them, they're the duality of the twins. They're this and they're that. They're up and they're down. They're constantly doing something, and they're, what is it I always forget to say? They're multitasking at all times, and it's scattered, as opposed to your incredibly capable, focused energy, Virgo. So, but we learn from them. We really do. They're very, very keen and sharp and capable, and they get our attention, in one way or another. And that's what's happened. If you haven't gotten that message from this full moon eclipse in Gemini, which was a partial one, it'll continue to come through in one way or another for a good 3 to 6 months. But this is letting you know messages are coming through. This is the page, so it's a newer message. It's a new kind of immature. It's still young at its initial stages, if you will. It definitely could have to do with children that are Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in your life that you are going to hear something about. And I want to say it's positive, and I want to say that it's going to be straightforward. It'll be probably quick. You may not have expected it, but I think in a lot of ways you do, because you're pretty on top of things and you're aware of your surroundings a lot of times. Virgo, you're organized and you have it together. You think ahead. You know things before people are going to come and ask you about them. Okay, and all you have to do is point and go, yep, there it is, and they're like, thank you. You can always rely on you, Virgo. So yeah, the overall energy is just information coming through for the two of you. And it's not necessarily. It's not bad at all. I don't see it as a negative in any way, but I see it as just still being very at the beginning stages. Let's just say that. And okay, well, that works for the new moon, doesn't it? It sort of really kind of ties right into that. Maybe putting out an intention of what you want to speak about, and starting a vlog or a podcast, whatever it may be, because a lot of technology things are coming through with these new beautiful Aquarius energies for the 2021 year and onward. So that's the first category. Then we have the second, which is your possible blessings or obstacles, and the two of you have the Two of Cups. I mentioned to you right off the bat, this is a beautiful, beautiful energy that works really well together because you just get each other. You come from the same cloth, and it's an easier energy. Not to say that you don't have changes and difficulties, that's silly, but on an optimistic side, which I choose to do in relationships, because we could always look at the other. I'm not interested in that. I want to know how you're really working through and getting past and growing and evolving and loving and deepening these relationships, and that's what this is about. This is the heart and soul of it. The cups, the watery parts of us, the receptive and the feminine, the vulnerable. All of us have vulnerability. Sometimes it's a little harder to get to, but this isn't showing that at all. In fact, it's a great blessing that you two know each other in some capacity, whatever that love is. And I see it growing, and I think it's because of your determination to make that happen, but because you're not a fly-by-night type of person anyway. When you love and care for people or friends or family, it's It's for the long haul. You're not fickle in that way, you know? It's authentic. It's real. So I love that. That's a gorgeous message. And then the last is under finances and, you know, the practical, like you love, grounded. What can I feel, touch, and see? Tangible things, right, in our lives. And you have the star. So, you know what? I love this. Well, this is really cool because this has also come up. I guess it's going to when I read an individual message as well with the deck. I mean, there's a good odds of it. But basically for me, in regards to you and this beautiful highlighted relationship, it's your dreams. It's your strongest intentions and your belief, your absolute belief. Because honestly, if you don't have the belief and the feeling that you can accomplish what it is you want, and you think about and you dream about and you write down, certainly with the new moon coming up, the odds aren't as good. Let me just put it that way. Yes, it can happen, but with your intervention and your mind and your capabilities, you've already seen what you've accomplished so far, and I know it's a lot. And it didn't come easy, but it was worth it, okay, in many respects. Well, this is what I'm seeing for the two of you. Financially building, you know, great wealth for that security that you want and you, like I said, work so hard for. And it represents Aquarius. So here we are within a week and some change going into the huge transformational change of elements that I know you're going to keep hearing about if you watch more than my channel, which I would imagine you would. I certainly watch at least 4 or 5 other beautiful tarot readers and spiritual advisors, and they, yeah, this is a big, big time in our lifetime. Like so many of them, right? They just keep coming in, and I think, do other lifetimes with a spectrum of like 100 years, right? Realistically, if you live to 100, it's possible. More people are. Are other people really experiencing the vastness of changes that we have since I was born? Because I can't keep up with it. And time is actually literally going faster too. So it's insane, but it's phenomenal. I feel blessed. I hope you do and understand the momentum of this incredible time. So all of the earth elements now for the past 200 years or so and more, I'm told 800, but now go into air signs. So, wow. Aquarius, you know, inventive, future thinking. It's not about the materialistic, I'm told. It's not about the things that matter a lot to you, Virgo, but knowing in your mind, because you're an intelligent person and sign, that this is now going to the mind, and it's going through ways that we can express and learn and help everybody and on a more equal plane. Right? Sound beautiful? Sound like it's unreachable? Nothing's unreachable. And certainly not with the stars and believing and dreaming it. And enough people that do, that becomes a consciousness. That becomes our reality. That boring word reality, right? I love this for you. Lots to come in. Lots of knowledge. Lots of unexpected, beautiful transformations. In your money, in your wealth, in your life, in what you consider wealth, right? Absolutely love that. So I hope you do too. And if you're not feeling this instantly, please give it some time. Like with the beautiful aspects of any spiritual message or planet, they like the aspects change throughout the day. So, you know, you wonder, why am I feeling moody today? Well, there's so many changes that happen on that we don't know, we don't necessarily see, and a lot of us don't follow. But it affects every one of us, some more intensely, some not. But trust me, those planets, they do stuff, right? And it's shown, and you can actually see them at night. You know, right now, if you look up in the sky at night, you'll see the incredible brightness of the almost conjunct, like I said, once in a lifetime change with Saturn going into Aquarius on the 19th. And then, is that the 17th? Yeah, and then Jupiter goes into Aquarius, and then the conjunct. This incredible conjunct on the 21st, which is also the first day of winter. So just beautiful, amazing, lighter, moving kind of energy. So let us read an individual message for every other zodiac sign in conjunction with you, beautiful Virgo, and what their, you know, what the message is. And the first one we'll do is right next to you, and that's going to be Leo. And I see this a lot. Well, they're right next to you. You know, they're totally different. There's that beautiful, fiery, passionate energy that generates from every Leo I've ever known. And yeah, there are some that are quiet, but not really. They know, they understand, they are leaders. They don't have to yell as far as, you know, being loud. I mean, a lot of them can be boisterous and loud and outgoing. They are ruled by the sun. That is ego. That is, let me show you who I am. Let me lead. Let me have confidence. Let me show you your strengths. You know, they want to help, you know, and it can be very, very, you know, contagious kind of energy that they bring to you. And it's beautiful. They are a fixed sign. They are very determined as well. Have their own opinions, don't easily get swayed, so there might be a little bit of a, you know, bumping of the head sometimes between the two of you, but I know you can work it out because you have the intelligence to work around those things, and you understand the love language of each other, whatever it is, right? And nothing is important enough to lose this relationship when it means a lot and it's coming from your heart. And you have this talent that comes from Leos that's unmistakable. You have this deep desire to cater to you, which is what Leos do when you are in their lives and they are loving you. And they are extravagant and generous, and they are very, very loyal and caring and very passionate people. So the two of you work this out. It's you know, with your stableness and their kind of frantic sometimes, not frantic, but fired up energy that kind of just goes and doesn't really think ahead. It's a beautiful balance, right? It works together. And your beautiful message is the Fool. And that's what I feel. I feel like this new energy coming through for all of us is about allowing and just, oh, thank you. I energetically feel this, but I also know spiritually, which is really what I attribute to this beautiful card, the Fool, because it's the beginning of the journey when it comes to the tarot in our lives, you know, from the moment we're born, our blueprint, if you will, and just allowing and saying, here I go. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust the process. I'm ready. And then, you know, just doing that and not feeling so concerned with this frame of mind, right? But that trust and knowing you've got the loyalty of the universe there for you. That's the dog nipping at the ankles going, you sure? Yeah, just know. There are many times, like I've used this analogy before with beautiful Dr. Wayne Dyer, who said we were in our mother's wombs, right, for 9 months. Were you doing anything? No. It was just happening. It was being. It was allowing the incredible co-creation that we have at all times at our fingertips. We absolutely are instrumental, but we alone do not create. So that's just beautiful. You both are trusting. You're trusting in your relationship. You're trusting in what's coming forward in 2021. You've been through the worst, and it's uphill from now on. So I like that a lot. Then you have Virgo and Cancer, and I like it a lot because I love the elements of water and earth. They work really well together. They are also very complementary, though different. We have the beautiful emotional centered aspect of Cancer in all water signs. You know, devotional, vulnerable, very caring and catering, and yet very shrewd about what they want and how they will get that, and taking care of their money and being safe and secure at all costs when it comes to themselves, but their families, like the mother bear, but in a, you know, a crab shell kind of, you know, the hard exterior, right, but the very soft and vulnerable aspect is in there. It really is. Not everybody gets to see that. They're going to retrieve from a lot of people unless they feel a connection, unless they feel that safety in their energy, because they know and they sense energy. They get that. That's their, I call it a gift. But it can be a lot. And Cancer's ruled by the moon, so there's a lot of changeability in the understanding of the currents of life, and the full moons and the new moons and then all the phases are very much a part of them. They sense them. They know how to understand them. They know, you know, when to retrieve, when to be more outwardly motivated. They're very, very intuitive. The intuition has been extremely strong in the last couple of months. It will continue to be for water signs, and particularly, I would say, Pisces. But in the upcoming year, but beautiful, beautiful connections, beautiful devotion and caring. They're sentimental, beautiful friends. So yeah, they're there for you. They've got your back, and you know you have theirs. Your beautiful message is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is, it's so wonderful. It's that growth of, this is independence in a lot of ways. You know, what you have done yourself to create what it is you want, the life you're wanting, the things I was speaking of earlier, what you were manifesting. It started as a thought and a seed and an intuition and a belief in yourself. And it's growing and growing. The only one next is 10. So the two of you really established a foundation that feels right. It feels secure. It feels very abundant. And it's just going to grow from here. And you can see that if you really look, or maybe you don't have to look that hard. Even if you were hit hard in some ways, look at what's right in front of you. It's still, you're filled with blessings when you really look for them and see them. I love that though. That's a gorgeous, beautiful message as well. Then we have Virgo and Gemini, where we just had the full moon Gemini solar eclipse. So messages, and both being ruled by Mercury, is a very, very kind of connective, synergetic energy going for you. Both mutable, adaptable, you know, ready to take on things and try new things. And I mean, like I said, that energy of Gemini is pretty nonstop. They're an air sign. They're in the mind a lot. That can go around and around and around. Sometimes it really trips them up. You have to be able to keep them grounded, Virgo, and make them realize, okay, that was yesterday. Let's move on and just keep going forward, and let's stay calm, because there's always a way to think things through, and that's what's essential for Geminis, as long as the thoughts aren't letting them get carried away or lose sleep and get frustrated or stressed. That's this beautiful energy between the two of you that I love. They can spur you on and keep you, you know, energized and elated about your thoughts, but you can also calm them down and keep them balanced. And I like that a lot. There's a lot of love here. And you have the beautiful Knight of Wands. So there's fire, there's ambition, there's let's get things moving, which is what the Gemini full moon also brought. Culmination, right? And seeing endings and beginnings start, especially with the new moon. And this is the eclipse season, Gemini and Sagittarius. This will happen for the next, 13 months or so. Very, very good for each other. And they're in houses that have to do with learning and educating and evolving and growing, and you love that. This is a good combination as long as you utilize it in the right ways. It could be very, very beneficial, and it's about information coming through that can start something that has not been able to go forward yet. So, you know, buckle up, because it's like hit the ground running kind of energy. It's fast. And we're in, you know, Sagittarius season, which is fire, so it could be something with Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries energies coming through you, or you have that in your chart. Beautiful, positive energy. You need that, right? We all do. And then we have the beautiful Virgo and, well, that's what we had today. I'm sorry. Aries and Virgo. You know, I don't see as many, but they are absolutely really well suited in a lot of ways, because they're extremely different. There's the air and the fire, or the fire and the earth. Well, Aries is the first sign. Aries had been in retrograde. Mars is their ruling planet. Mars was in Aries in retrograde for 2 months. It went direct 3 weeks plus ago now. Mars has been in Aries. That's, like I said, it's ruling planet. It's very comfortable. It's very fiery. It's very passionate. It's I wanted to say contradictory. It's you know, the warrior, the god of war, the god of, you know, let's make things fired up, you know. And you see that right now with protests and all these things. That's what's happening and generating this heat in people to want to express and not be held back, you know. And they want to speak the truth, and they want to fight for things they think are right. And my gosh, that's really pretty evident. But, you know, the two of you together, like Aries wants to be first, and they are first, of the first sign. They want to really demonstrate, they want to lead. They're a cardinal sign, so they're initiators. They start this season of spring. They're very, very motivated, and they don't take no for an answer. They don't want to listen to other people if they're not agreeing with them a lot of times. But sometimes they were made to stop this year and to really go inside and say, wait a minute, you know, it doesn't always about being right. It's about what's right for myself and the partner I'm with, the people I'm around, and considering that, maybe more than they had in a long time. I like that a lot. I think we all need to do that, and that was really the whole reason I think that Mars has been in Aries, and it's a lot about relationships too. So you've gone through some things this year, but you're working through them. You feel better for it. You feel like you've accomplished and reached another level with each other. What is your message? The Nine of Cups, you know, wishes fulfilled. It wasn't, like I said, easy, and it's hard when you have to see a fire sign being held back. They don't like it. It's not easy. They need to literally get their body moving at least. I mean, if they haven't been able to work, which I don't think is 100% true for a lot of fire signs, because they will keep themselves working one way or another. That's just who they are. But I feel like if it was less than, or, you know, maybe they had a lot of obstacles like a lot of us had this year, and with the retrograde and whatnot, it's the earth, the universe saying, nope, you need to stop, retreat, and rethink, and reconsider some things, and you did. And now you're reaping the benefits, and the wishes are coming through. You know, your heart is so full. There's a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of good feelings, you know, and that's what comes from, you know, maybe the delays and the things that aren't so pleasant, right? The ups and downs. It's always going to be, the down is always going to be followed by an up, and that's the reality of it. So that's where you're going now. Oh yeah, it's good stuff coming up. Virgo and Pisces, complete polar opposites. Beautiful combination, just so helpful, so amazingly different, and so similar in some ways. Now, they're both mutable signs. Pisces is the 12th sign in the zodiac. Pisces is very spiritually inclined, very much artsy, you know, creativity, just very creative and very capable of changing and you know, beginning an entrepreneurship. They love having their own businesses, being in charge. They don't want to deal with energies of people that aren't going to be on their side or with them. They don't like that kind of controversial energy. They love love, they love flow, they love let's let it happen. They're the fool kind of, actually they're the high priestess. But the reality is that they get the necessary need to change and the currents of life, the constant, the rejuvenation, the reinventing. They get that. They've done it over and over, lifetime after lifetime. And they just want to love, and they want to help, and they want to heal, and they do. And they're super sensitive. They're very tuned into who you are, what you're about, what your energy is saying. And Virgo, you know, you've got that beautiful, genuine, caring energy about you. So you work really well together. You could be amazing in business. You could be incredible in a lifetime partnership, because you know you have each other's back. And you keep that Pisces grounded and anchored, because they sometimes just get way lost in the aspects of life, you know. They take on everything. They're just very impressionable and very vulnerable people at times. So I love that. You're beautiful. Well, this is great. It's the Two of Wands, working together, seeing your future, you know, knowing you have everything it takes, and the vitality and the stamina and strength, which is what fire represents, and the, you know, the wands, of course. You got that world. Where are you going to go with it? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Where are you going to plan to travel next? You need to get away. You know, the thing about you Virgo is you do work really hard. Take that time to be together. Take the time to love, and accept that in itself is worth everything. It's worth its weight in gold, right? This year has shown us all that through the losses and the changes that had to be, to really get to know ourselves again, right? I love that a lot, and I have good faith in things coming up for the both of you. Then Virgo and Aquarius, another beautiful synchronistic kind of energy that comes through with the air and the earth. So different, but so helpful to each other, you know. Well, you know, once again, air signs represent the mind, thoughts, you know, ways of expression and thinking and inventing, especially with Uranus being the ruling planet of Aquarius, and all the planets going into Aquarius in the latter part of this month, and then for all of next year. So many opportunities, so many ways to learn and grow. And you know you love that, Virgo. Like, you never want to stop learning. Well, neither does Aquarius. So the minds meeting, so to speak. Uranus aspect of changes that come in unexpectedly and surprises that are beautiful in regards to the world, the global help, you know, no longer this energy of grounded, you know, institutions and authoritative figures that are not working necessarily in our favor or for the whole. You know, that's changing now, and it's about maybe not focusing so much on, you know, how much money, how much, you know, wealth and all that, but how do we help others in a way that will be more unified, more fair in this world, right? What a concept. And then, of course, science comes into mind with Uranus, always. Technology, I mean, we could go places we've never gone, and you're all up for it. Both of you are just like, let's make it happen. Let's work together. Let's see the world change, and let's be a part of that change, right? And you have the King of Swords. There you are. There is the Aquarian energy, the maturity of the depth of their desire to express and to communicate and share. And it's fair, and it's really kind of, it's very detached. It can be very serious, but it's also very loving and very caring, and it means the world that they help in some respect. And a lot of times when it is the swords, it has to do with, you know, people in careers like doctors and bankers and people that can really give us knowledge, you know, once again, the mind, on the best ways to invest, the best ways to help ourselves, take care of ourselves in a more natural way, I would say, you know, if possible. New ideas about that, opening our minds, right? So yeah, you guys are really, really going to open up your connection with communication. It's going to be vast, and it can be very, very beneficial to you in the years to come. And then Capricorn and Virgo, well, you know, like I said, we got Capricorn happening, and a lot of planets have been in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign like you. You get along, you love each other. I'll bet you have a lot of people you know in your, you know, Rolodex, if they even use those anymore. I still have an old one from a business from many years ago. Yeah, just this camaraderie, this beautiful synergy energy, once again, that just works. You both work hard. You've got Saturn ruled, you know, Capricorn and Cardinal as well. So initiative, strict, you know, focus, ambitious, you know, there's nothing that stops them. You know, they want to be leaders, they want to be extremely successful, and they just want to see them going up and leveling up and leveling up, and you love being around that energy. That inspires you, Virgo. And Jupiter has been in Capricorn sign, so something really, like if you are in a relationship, a long term, there could be something really beautiful, if it hasn't happened yet, coming down the pike, because it can happen for the next 12 years. It takes 12 years for Jupiter to get in our signs, and it only happens, what, 8 times in a lifetime if you live to, what is it, 96? Finally heard that on another channel. I thought, thanks, I'm going to refer that, because it shows you the importance and the magnitude of Jupiter's visit in our home, our sun, our house, you know, our first house. So yeah, I love that. This is good stuff. What do you have? Oh yes, you've got the Chariot. So success. This represents Cancer. So there's real, you know, intuition, inner strength, mastering whatever it is you need to, relationship, business. You're ready to move. You're taking the high ground. You're feeling confident. You're feeling ready. And if it's not a legitimate move from maybe one job to another, one home to another, it's a transportational issue where you want to travel and you're going to plan that. You both, once again, work extremely hard, so you envision that things will calm down and traveling will become a part of our life again. I promise. And yeah, it's a beautiful feeling, and it feels really emotionally charged too, you know, which is not something that I would equate to earth signs, but yes, of course you have emotion. And it's being brought to you to just hang on to that. That's what brings things into fruition with the law of attraction. So yeah, or a new car. Maybe you're investing in a new car, you know, or a new mode of transportation comes to mind. Being sure you get everything checked up and all things are, you know, tip-top shape, which is what you do anyway, and which might be part of your agenda today. Let's get the oil done or change the tires, whatever it is. You know, take heed on that, but know that you've been through the rockiest part and you are full speed ahead now. The two of you will make things work. It's a gorgeous combination. Virgo and Sagittarius, see it all the time. I worked with a client the other day, and one thing led to another. Don't usually talk during my massages, but yeah, she's going to have I do prenatal massages as well. She's having her son. Oh, it was due on the 6th. I have to text her. Whew, her first child, you never know. But yeah, her son will be a Sagittarius. Her husband was a Sagittarius. She's a Virgo. It works. It's really inspiring. Sagittarius is fire and motivation and inspiration and higher learning and education. All of those things are extremely attractive to you, Virgo. Now, yeah, they're here, there, and they love to travel, and you like to be at home, or you're more background kind of thing. You're more, you know, can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. You're just not as fired up a lot of times. You just have more of an even keel about you. You know, not that you don't have times that you could really speak your mind. You know, who doesn't? But this is great because you anchor once again anybody you're with. You give them that sense of peace and calm, and you know, sometimes they get really so focused and they shoot that arrow and they shoot for the stars and they know what's going to happen. They've got Jupiter as the ruling planet, so many good things do happen to people born with Jupiter as your ruling planet. It's just a fact, but they work for it too. It doesn't just come to them. It's that perfect equation of opportunity, work, effort, and timing, right? Something like that. Well, yeah, they're a mutable sign like you, so they're all about adventure. They need to travel, they need to have their freedom, and you like that too. You're fine with that. I'll be over here, you be there. We still have a connection. We're strong, we're secure. It doesn't matter. Your message is the beautiful Empress. And that's the epitome of love. That is the feminine quality, the joy, the happiness, the abundance that love can bring us. That feeling that you get from when you're young and stays with you no matter how long you've been with somebody. You just, the butterflies, you know, the real authentic love that comes, you know, just accepting one for exactly their spirit, their soul. You feel it. It's very, very real, right? And it also could represent children. This is a lot of times a woman signifying a pregnant, you know, carrying a child, so you might be interested in talking about that now. It might be that time for you, and of course if you're older it doesn't reply to you. I understand that, but it could be a grandparent. I'm kind of hoping on that one day. Fingers crossed, but only if it's right. You know, you don't want to ever push that on anyone. That's not how that works, but this is indications of that, so be aware of that. Remember I said that. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do me the favor of doing that, especially now when this is all I'm doing and I want to level it up and blow it up, and that's what YouTube really wants. And all you really need to do is contribute by subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting, letting me know what I can do, how you like it, what's going on. Your kindness means a lot to me. It's super supportive. I greatly appreciate it, and I will continue to, and I'll be here for you. But yeah, that's just maybe the birth of a new idea together. It just goes on, but it's beautiful. It's love-based. Scorpio and Virgo. This is another, honestly, from 30, 40 years ago. This is the long term for the two of you. You both are very, very, you know, water sign is what Scorpio are. We just happen to have Venus in Scorpio right now. So Venus and anybody that Scorpio is involved with right now, in addition to what they normally are like, it's very intense, it's very, very deep, and you're really feeling passionate. It could be about a subject regarding something to do with work, but if it's romantic, it's really, really deep, and you're taking it, once again, to another level. Venus does that, and you feel incredibly loved and incredibly strong about this relationship. And you just understand and get each other, you know, and there's great depth being ruled by Pluto with Scorpio. And you yourself, Virgo, which I didn't say earlier, but I have in other videos, you're so critical sometimes, and you want to be the best you can be, and not everybody sees that in you. It's that nervous energy of, how can I improve? How can I improve? When you were actually great already, right? But it's this thing that happens with you, so there's that unity in that, and that need for Scorpio to go deep and to really figure out how they can continually be the best and reinvent themselves like Pluto chooses for us to do, and to choose that success. Not let other people or outside influences affect us. We make the decisions on what we want. That was strong this year, and I'm feeling that really a lot for the two of you. You know, a fixed sign, very determined, very loyal, very possessive at times. Knowing that is important. And a lot of people dig that as long as it's not on a shadowy side, but there's this deep loyalty for what they want to do for you. And they're in it for a long time, as are you, Virgo. What is the message? Ooh, you're going to just, yeah, there's action. There's the willingness to really change and move and inspire others, and to continue to motivate others, and to continue to change and evolve, like I said, with this Five of Wands. People see this a lot of times and they think, uh-oh, yeah, there's a lot of that with this. There's outside influences and energies and fired up, you know, aggression happening with, like I said, Mars in Aries and the world and what's going on, and seeking truth and speaking out. But that's not a bad thing. That's an actually important thing. Change doesn't happen on its own. We have to say things. We have to initiate things. So it's just seeing that you're keeping alive. You're not going to be just buried in the sand about it, but you don't need to go outward to experience that. You both can be in your homes and recognizing it and taking in hopefully small doses of what's happening just to keep in touch. But that's a good thing. You know, 5 is change. That's the number 5 in numerology. It's challenge, but it's important. It's transformation. Very important. Now you have Libra and Virgo, which I love. I'm a Libra and I love Virgo. And we're right next to each other. So we kind of have this understanding about each other right off the bat. And you're the earth and I'm the air and I'm the mind and so are you. And I love fair and I love, you know, being justified, and I love hearing what you have to say, and I want you to get your share in there, and I want it to be, you know, there's compromise that comes with this, and there's, you know, not listening, you know, and really having conversations that are deep and important and sometimes life-changing, you know, inspirational, opening up to lines of communications if they've been blocked. And especially with the influence of Gemini, and then with what, like I said, this whole year with everything being leaning towards the fellow sign of Aquarius, it's good. I think there's great conversations and very much, you know, knowledge that comes with that for the two of you. Ruled by Venus, so there's a lot of love there too, you know. There's about friendship and happiness and joy and laughter. Doesn't always have to be serious. We have to remind ourselves of that. I know I do. And yeah, so there you are. We're back at where we were. And I hope you enjoyed the messages. What am I doing here? What's happening? That's so weird. I feel like I've missed something, but I didn't. So, I apologize. I'm not sure, because it was, like I said, you had the sign of Taurus. We did all the others around there. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, let me do the remaining reading for you, and that's going to be reading you your beautiful oracle messages, and these are strictly about love and strictly about guidance and, you know, upliftment and encouragement and just information that might really just change your world. It might just completely change your perspective on something. The first oracle I'm using this month is the Motivational Manifesto cards. And there goes the throat, but not for long. Come on back, open up. So this is a special message for all the Virgos in this world, and we love and appreciate you. I know I do. And I really, really wish you beautiful, beautiful holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I always thank you for supporting me, like I said, in being here. Because without you, you know, there's no sense in having this channel, right? But more than that, on a personal level, I've loved all the wealth and help that I've always received from Virgos. So your message is, we do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. Wow. I'll read it again. We do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. And that's so much what you remind me of, you know, because you just do. You learn, you accomplish, you give. you always act. You're always right at the front of the line when it comes to that. You know, you don't hold back as far as how can I be of service? How can I help another person? How can I learn more to expand that upon another and give them information they may not have known about? And then that's where the abundance comes in. And abundance comes in all different forms, but you deserve everything you have and more. And you will, trust me, oh my gosh, things are going to get better for all of us. And you know, we had to experience what we did to get to this point. So that's all I'll say about that, but I really love that. And the other beautiful, beautiful gifted deck I have here is the Animal Medicine Cards by Adriana Atima. Wow, our spirit guides, right? And our animal guides are very much a part of us. Animals are part of this world, and they're amazing. And I know so many Virgos that love animals and attend to them, and probably veterinarians and so on and so forth. You appreciate them and recognize what they bring to this world. And their spirits and information. I love this. I got this one other reading about, I don't know who it was, it doesn't matter. I only just brought this up this month. It might have been Aries. I think it was. But it's the horse. And it's really, basically, it is Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is known as the half man, half horse. You know, they're galloping, their energy, their need for exercise and movement and exploration and adventure. And wow, that's coming through really strong for you. Perhaps you have a lot of Sagittarius friends or something really special going on with that. Not to mention the influence coming through with the Sagittarius new moon eclipse. So it's already coming through, and you're starting to feel that even more awakening of knowledge and truth that you so dearly appreciate and seek. I'll read you what it says, though. Under horse, it says, the words are wanderer, emotion, and delight. Free and easy wanderer, horse and wait, let me try that again. Free and easy wanderer. Horse ambles and gallops across great distances with playful comrades. Horse blesses wanderlust and unrestrained beauty, showing us what it might look like to be expressive, sensitive, and free. Life may require you to hold your feelings in sometimes, and I know you do, Virgo. To stay controlled. Oh, absolutely. It's okay so long as you remember to make space for your emotional self. And if you have been mulling over a sadness and resentment for a long time, or for long enough, Horse teaches you that you can feel deeply without forgetting how to relax into unhindered, boundless delight. Shake out your mind, or your mane, and your mind, galloping into the long golden shadows of sunset. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, just some of those little things that may hit a nerve, may resonate, may not, but something about it was meant for you, Virgo, so I'm happy to have read that. And I'm going to finish with your Super Attractor Manifestation message by Gabriel Bernstein. I kind of keep this on a regular basis because I love how it makes you feel, and it's all about how we feel our lives into manifesting it into physical form, basically. It's how our emotions create that at every given moment, and how you can have the control to make that happen in a beautiful, loving, kind, and emotionally happy, fulfilled way. Your beautiful messages, it's the wings, of the angelic. I feel like you're an angel in many ways and how you help the world, but angels are there for us as well. When I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. And it really is about that. It's that connection. We get it in meditation, we get it in our walks, we get it in nature, we get it in your gardens that you probably have a lot of, you Virgos, and just, the natural things that are there for all of us. It's not about, how much money and how much wealth and all the material things per se, but just to appreciate what's there in a natural, beautiful way, and the connection. And you understand that, you've got that. So thank you again for your time, and I hope everything turned out okay and the volume is up this time. But more importantly, take great care of yourselves. Have an amazing holiday. If you don't come back and check out any other connections or whatnot, I'll be here for you either way. So, and mid-month reading. So come on back for that. But until next time, take good care. Bye for now.